like an itch. He cannot help it. Where is he? Kenobi!
Hi and welcome to Best 8. In today's video, I have listed the top 5 new upcoming web series that are scheduled to be released in 2022 on HBO Max, Amazon Prime Video, Disney Plus, and Paramount Plus. Be sure to tell us in the comments which web series from this list you are most excited about. And do subscribe to the channel for more videos on movies and web series. Now let's start the video. Number 5, Star Trek: Strange New Worlds.
You're the best of Starfleet. Our ability to work.
It is an upcoming television series, created by Akiva Goldsman, Alex Kurtzman, and Jenny Lumet for Paramount Plus, and is scheduled to launch in 2022, as part of Kurtzman's expanded Star Trek universe. The series is a spin-off from Star Trek: Discovery, and a prequel to Star Trek: The Original Series, and follows Captain Christopher Pike and the crew of the starship USS Enterprise as they explore new worlds throughout the galaxy during the decade before Star Trek: The Original Series. The series is set to premiere on Paramount Plus on May 5, 2022, and its first 10-episode season will run through July 7, 2022. Number 4, Obi-Wan Kenobi. It is an upcoming television miniseries, created for Disney Plus, and featuring the Star Wars character of the same name. The series is directed by Deborah Chow, and the story is set 10 years after the dramatic events of Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith, where Jedi Master Ben Kenobi faced his greatest defeat, and also the downfall and corruption of his best friend and Jedi apprentice, Anakin Skywalker, who turned into the evil Sith Lord Darth Vader. The show will run for 6 episodes, and is scheduled to premiere on Disney Plus on May 27, 2022. Number 3, Ms. Marvel.
What does it feel like?
Cosmic.
Ms. Marvel is an upcoming TV miniseries, created by Bisha K. Ali for Disney Plus, and based on the Marvel Comics character of the same name. It is intended to be the 7th TV series in the MCU, sharing continuity with other films of the franchise. The series will introduce Kamala Khan, a 16-year-old Pakistani-American growing up in Jersey City. She is a great student, an avid gamer, and a voracious fanfiction scribe, and has a special affinity for superheroes, particularly Captain Marvel. But Kamala struggles to fit in at home and at school, that is, until she gets superpowers like the heroes she's always looked up to. The series will consist of 6 episodes, and is scheduled to premiere on Disney Plus on June 8, 2022. Number 2, House of the Dragon. It is an upcoming fantasy drama series, created by George R.R. Martin and Ryan J. Condal, and it is a prequel to the television series Game of Thrones, based on Martin's 2018 novel Fire and Blood. The series is set 300 years before the events of Game of Thrones, and tells the story of a turbulent period for House Targaryen. The series will chronicle the beginning of the end of House Targaryen, the events leading up to the Targaryen Civil War, known as the Dance of the Dragons, and the war itself. The series will consist of 10 episodes, and is scheduled to premiere on HBO Max on August 21, 2022. And on number 1, The Lord of the Rings: Rings of Power. It is an upcoming fantasy series, based on stories by J.R.R. Tolkien, and developed by J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay for Prime Video. The series is set in the Second Age of Middle-earth, thousands of years before the events of Tolkien's The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, and begins during a time of relative peace, covering all the major events of Middle-earth's Second Age, which includes the forging of the Rings of Power, the rise of the Dark Lord Sauron, the fall of the island kingdom of Numenor, and the last alliance between elves and men. The series is scheduled to premiere on Amazon Prime Video on September 2, 2022. That's all for today, and thank you for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the new upcoming videos related to movies and web series suggestions.
Say what you wanna say to me now.